What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH, all hail the Queen. The Queen has returned, even as a ghost. Helena is always great to see. Constance Towers looking amazing as always. That woman is just so classy and evil. It's such a perfect combination for her. Classy, sassy, and evil. I love it. So anyway, getting into this. So Valentine basically is all over the place right now. You know, he feels like his entire damn life has been a lie. He's trying to figure it all out. And of course, here comes Ghost Helena to fill in the blanks. So he was pretty much trying to piece together what happened all those years ago when he was a child, because he doesn't remember a whole lot about his childhood. And he was just wondering why Mikos would put him in his will, why he would give him everything if he knew that he wasn't his kid or whatever. But apparently when Mikos, because Mikos spent a lot of time out of town, he spent a lot of time with his mistresses, and so Helena was good at hiding her pregnancy. And she managed to convince Mikos that Valentine was his. Like, she just told him, you know, Valentine is your kid. You know, it didn't take a whole lot of convincing, because back in those days, you know, in the 50s, the 60s, whatever, back in those days, you ain't really had paternity tests. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really have DNA tests back then. So a chick could easily get pregnant, pop out a child, and pin it on somebody, and you would be none the wiser back then. It ain't like they did paternity tests back then. Or at DNA. You know, DNA wasn't as advanced back then as it is now, so you couldn't find out. Not really. So it was much easier for chicks to lie and say, you're the dad. No, you're the dad. No, you're the dad. Write the check. You're the dad. You know, it's easy for them to say that back then. So Helena, you know, she was good at doing that or whatever, making him think that that was his child. And Mikos became pretty, you know, interested in Valentine, because Valentine was, you know, more Cassadine-like than most of the actual Cassadines by blood. You know, he was more Cassadine-like, and he wasn't even a Cassadine. So of course Helena basically revealed that she, you know, told Mikos that Valentine wasn't his kid, and she had fun telling him, because she wanted to get revenge on Mikos, obviously, because of all his affairs and all his other bastard children. So the best revenge was for her to get knocked up by somebody and have Mikos financially support that bastard child that wasn't even his kid. So she had a good time laughing at his expense. So when he found out Valentine wasn't his, that's when he created the codicil. And of course she hid the codicil, not really hoping that Nicholas would find it, because the goal was for the entire Cassadine fortune really to go to Spencer. That's what her whole plan was. That's what the goal was. So then Valentine pieces together how Charlotte came to be. Now, if y'all remember, a few years back, during Helena's will reading, when she left Lulu that envelope, and she said that she was going to be eternally grateful to Lulu, because Lulu has done something for her that nobody else did, or whatever the case may be. That's what she was talking about. She knew, obviously, that she was Valentine's mother. So she used his sperm to impregnate Lulu's egg, so she can have an heir from her bloodline and not Mikos's. And she can have an heir between a bloodline between her and Luke. So now her and Luke both share a grandchild together. That was her ultimate plan, and Valentine just now figured it out. And she was ecstatic too. She was happy, because after all these years, she finally got part of what she wanted. You know, she finally got the last laugh. She can laugh now. At Luke, at the Spencers, at Valentine, she can finally hee ha ha at everybody. You know, and Valentine was pissed, you know. I'm not surprised now that I know that she's, you know, Charlotte's grandmother. It explains Charlotte's behavior a lot lately. Like, it explains her crazy ass behavior. You come from a crazy bloodline, so of course you're acting nuts, you know. So it was a lot of information for Valentine to process. It was a lot. Like, he just don't know who he is at this point, who he should be, you know. Now, he's just looking at the cast and iron ring, basically like, feeling like he had no use for it. And the reason he has no use for it is simply because he was never a cast iron. He felt like his whole damn life was a lie. So, of course he went out to the Metro Court to, get some fresh air or whatever, go on the balcony. He looked like his crazy ass was about to jump if Alexis ain't come out there. And he's sitting there grumbling, talking about something, oh, can I just get some air? Valentine, shut the hell up. So, basically, Alexis congratulated him that he's not a Cassadine. He should be happy. He's escaped their crazy ass bloodline. So he should be happy about it. But of course, he don't feel like he should be all that happy because now that means that, yeah, he's not a Cassadine, but he's Helena's son. And that he feels like that's worse than anything, depending on how you look at it. So now he's, collected himself, and now he asked Nell to meet him at his hotel room so they can go over her ELQ stocks. Valentine, 5% is not going to get you nowhere near controlling interest of ELQ. You're going to have to do a little bit more wheeling and dealing than that, sir. So anyway, speaking of Nell with her nutty ass, so she decides to go over Chase's apartment, ruining his good evening with Willow. And she comes knocking on his door, running into his arms, hugging him and stuff. I'm like, Trick, what the hell is wrong with you? You better be surprised that Willow has a little bit more tact and class. Because if it was anybody else, she would have snatched you bald. All that blonde hair would have been snatched right up out your head if it was just any other woman. And you sitting there hugging her man in front of her and stuff. She would have snatched your ass bald. You would have been walking around with a whole wig. Like, seriously, go sit down. Hugging on him like y'all besties or something. You better go sit your ass down. So, basically, she trying to get everybody and anybody that she could to stop Brad from taking Wiley out of the country. Well, not out of the country, but out of town. Because they're talking about going to Portland, Oregon. So, of course, Chase is not going to help her. And he basically told her, don't come to my apartment no more, because if you do, I will call you a parole officer. He's not playing with her. He was like, this constitutes a stalking because of our sordid past. And he told her, don't come to my apartment no more, or I'm calling you a PO. He definitely, she talking about, oh, you wouldn't dare. Now, that goes to show you can't talk reason with no nutcase. He's not playing with you. He will call you a PO, and he don't mean the post office. Like, seriously. Like, get away. Like, go. Like, people peep her game a mile away. And Chase was basically asking Willow how she felt about the possibility of Brad, Lucas, and Wiley moving to Oregon or whatever. I feel super bad for Willow. I really do. Because when the truth comes out, like, those scenes are just going to be hard to watch with her. I know she's going to feel it. It's going to feel like a sucker punch. I already know. Like, she already emotional already. So imagine when she find out that this child that she's been believing is hers is not hers. Like, I'm just going to fall the hell out. Like, I feel bad for her. I really do. She deserves happiness. She does. But on the plus side, I do like her and Chase together, though. I like their chemistry. So anyway, back to nutty ass Nell. So since her little shenanigans with Chase and Willow didn't work, now she runs into Michael and Sasha. I'm like, of course. Pretty much trying to get Michael to stop Brad from taking Wiley or whatever. Michael didn't want to hear nothing she had to say. He basically told her that's their child. They could do whatever the hell they want with their child. It's not your business. Mind yours. So, of course, she's not happy about that. He basically told her, as far as her ELQ stock go, he was like, that shit it could sit in probate court for 5-10 years. And he could wait it out because financially he got the money to wait it out. He got the time to wait it out. Whereas she really doesn't. And she don't have the money to fight it in court. So, of course, she's pissed off, telling him to go to hell or whatever. No, go sit down. You're just mad because people ain't doing what you manipulate and what you want them to do. Because that's all you're doing is trying to manipulate Chase into doing what you want. And you're trying to manipulate Michael into doing what you want. And you're mad because it's not working. Get over yourself. Go find you a hobby, something. And then she's sitting there talking about, oh, Michael ain't never going to see Wiley again or whatever. First of all, why are y'all not questioning her attachment to this child? Like, why is she... Wouldn't you question why she's so attached to a child that's not hers? Like, think to yourself. Why are you so worried about a kid that's not yours, supposedly? Go get your life. Like, seriously. I don't know why they're not figuring this out. Like, it's not that hard to put 1 + 1 together. It's really not that. It's not hard at all. So anyway, moving on from that. Jax and Nina are finally getting together. It's about damn time. Like, it's about damn time they finally gave into temptation or whatever, and they finally got it in and slept together. It's about time. Nina and Jax look good together. They really do. I know that Nina didn't really want to date right now because of the whole Valentine thing. She wanted to take a break. But it's like, take a break for what? You and Jax, it's not like y'all moving in together no time soon or nothing like that. Y'all could take it very slow. And it's obvious that she's into Jax, he's into her. So it's about time they had that conversation. It's about time, you know, finally. Be adults, admit that y'all like each other, and y'all want to see where it go. It ain't like you got to jump the broom and marry the man, you know, see where it go. So anyway, Jax's bedroom is nice as shit though. I like the fireplace right there. That room was totally nice. It gave me like a cabin feel. It had really like a cabin feel to it, and I like it. So anyway, moving on from that. So Brad, you know, he decided that he wants to move to Oregon or whatever. Because Ellie and Spinelli are moving back to Port Charles, so that means Ellie's job has now opened up. It's the same position, same title, but it means more money, and plus the hospital is offering to make room for Lucas. Brad thinks that this is a smart solution because he thinks, oh, if we move away, then there's less chance for the secret about Wiley to come out. Brad, that secret is coming out. I don't give a damn if you move to Timbuktu. That secret is coming out, whether you like it or not. All you're doing is prolonging the inevitable. That's all you're doing. So basically, Sam comes in there and they get her opinion on it. And she's sitting there talking about, yeah, you guys should move. Talking about if she could get Jason to move, then she would move. Sam, you had plenty of options. You had plenty of opportunity to move. Even before Jason, even before the parole, you had a chance to move. And you chose not to. Why do you need to base your actions and your decisions upon a man? If you wanted to go, you would have just went. You're a grown woman. Just go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, leave the kids, take them, do whatever you want, and just go. Y'all can figure out custody later and just go. You should have did all that before the Shiloh nonsense, and maybe you wouldn't be on parole now. You would have never got arrested. Dumb. Should have just left. And of course, she had to throw a little shade at Julian, talking about, oh, he's a black hole or whatever, or bottomless pit or whatever. Sam, shut up. Just hush. You keep talking about Julian all the time, but like the company that you keep is so much damn better. When in reality, it's not. So anyway, moving on from that. I never thought I would see the day that Lisa Obrecht tries to get there. You know, this heifer is trying to get Neil to become her therapist, or he is her therapist or whatever. I never thought I would ever see Lisa go for therapy. Ever. She doesn't seem like the therapy type of person. I'm like, really? Obrecht and therapy in the same sentence? Never would have thought it. But Neil was certainly not interested in talking with Lisa. He was more interested in what Alexis and Sam were doing. Well, mostly Alexis. But he didn't want to interrupt or whatever. And Sam kept telling Alexis, like, go talk to him or whatever. Like, and Alexis said, see, Alexis is so childish, sitting here playing these games. Oh, I don't want to interrupt. Oh, I didn't know that Neil was going to be here. Oh, I didn't even see Neil. Alexis, grow the hell up. Grow up. Stop with the childish behavior and grow up. Stop acting so childish. You know that man sitting over there waiting for you to come over there. Like, seriously. But I will say this. I do like the fact that Alexis and Neil are going pretty slow with this relationship. I don't want to see them go too slow, but I like that they're taking their time. They're not being rushed to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just taking their time. But you know Alexis, she make everything so awkward. Like, she really does. But I'm glad that they're taking their time, you know? Ain't no rush for nothing. Love is in the air. It's Valentine's. It don't even seem like Valentine's Day on this show. Well, probably because it was pushed back. Because I'm like, I don't see no real romance. Like, other than chasing Willow and Jax and Nina, I'm like, there's really no romance going on between nobody. So I keep forgetting that the episodes were kind of pushed back or whatever. But I'm like, there should be some romance. I'm like, I don't see no Valentine's cards or no flowers or nothing. Like, what the hell are y'all doing? So anyway, I enjoyed this episode. This was a pretty good episode. Like I said, it was great to see Helena as always. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see y'all all later. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Peace.